to a pretty special story after a bizarre bungle left his bone marrow donation sitting at an airport on the other side of the world. 6-year-old Matteo Eggleton is at long last heading into hospital for a life-saving transplant. I caught up with the brave little boy and his incredible mother as he embarks on his next big battle. It's hard to believe this bubbly, energetic little boy is in the fight of his life.
He's crazy. Like, if he wasn't sick, take the tubes and that away, he'd just be amazing. He's real funny, real cheeky with the nurses. Like, he gets up to so much mischief.
The reality is, the past 3.5 years, most of Matteo Eggleton's life has been like this.
You pull him off.
As a toddler, Matteo was diagnosed with chronic granulomatous disease, a genetic disorder whereby white blood cells can't fight off certain infections. A bone marrow transplant gave him a second chance, but then a devastating blow. A year later, doctors discovered another rare condition, hemolytic uremic syndrome, attacking his blood vessels. Always by his side is mum, Charlene, who's made it her mission to ease Matteo's experience.
All right, have your medicine quickly, and then you got your juice. Good job. Awesome.
Good job. After 9 various treatments failed, the family's hope now rests on a second bone marrow transplant being successful. Are you hopeful of this next step?
I've got to be hopeful because this is our last treatment. It's hard because you do got to believe, that this has to work, but then it's just, what if it doesn't?
It means Matteo faces 100 days in hospital. Isolated from the outside world, he'll be unable to see his 3 siblings. Tell me why he's so special to you.
Because he was my favourite brother.
Really? Don't let the others hear that. How optimistic are doctors about this next step, this transplant?
So they're 70% optimistic that it might possibly work. There's a 10% chance of passing away through it. And then I think it was 20% off chance of it not working at all.
What does it look like if this doesn't work?
If this doesn't work, we unfortunately don't have any options left because we have trialled everything and bone marrow transplant is our last option.
Does Matteo know that?
So Matteo knows that he's very sick at the moment. He knows transplant is his last option, but I don't know if he knows that if it doesn't work, he will pass away.
That's so tough.
It's one of the hardest things. Like, I've coped with a lot of things through his journey and his battle for health, but just the last few weeks and him asking a lot of questions, that's been hell.
It's a lot to take in for a little boy, even one as brave as Matteo. Matteo, you didn't tell me you were a junior constable. Have you got a badge? Yeah? Where is it? Can I see? Yeah? Look at this. Look at you. Queensland Police Service, Constable Matteo. How good is that? A mother of 4, Charlene's life revolves around her children. A remarkable mother, she's the rock that keeps this family smiling through it all, despite knowing just how challenging this journey is. He's a brave little boy you've got.
Yeah, he's got so much strength, resilience. He's one of the bravest kids I know.
His strength is a testament to you as his mother.
Yeah, so I think Matteo shows the most strength through all this. I'm just there. I'm not the one facing all this. I'm just his little side-by-side person, but he fights the most through this. I'm not really that strong. I'm there for it.
I don't know about that from what I've seen. You're a pillar of strength.
I try.
8 out of 10 Australians rely on overseas donors, both complicated and costly. 140,000 Australians are registered bone marrow donors.
You need to find somebody who is a genetic match for a patient's immune system, which is why it's such a numbers game.
For the first time, the country's health ministers have approved funds. $500,000 for cheek swab testing, an at-home method to help drive donors.
We should be doing better here in Australia, so it's time to expand the donor pool to reflect what we see in other countries.
There are so many challenges that you face, but you, from what I've seen, just take it in your stride. You are incredibly courageous, incredibly brave, and you're so stoic, when other people would just falter.
So there's been many times I've just wanted to crumble, but at the end of the day, Matteo's had this fight for nearly 4 years, so I've got to stand by him. That's my job as a mum.
To think Matteo's lifeline was left on the tarmac of a US airport, adding to an already stressful situation. But after it finally arrived, the real test is whether this latest transplant will take. And he's such a beautiful boy.
He is. I can't picture a world without him. That's why I've got to fight with him and he's got to fight, and we need all of Australia to fight and actually become on the bone marrow registry as well, because this is what a lot of people need.
How special is Mum?
A little bit.
Big bit.
Little bit.
A big bit.
No, not as big as you.
Yeah.
You're more special.
No, you.
No.
What an
Gorgeous.
absolutely extraordinary family.
Beautiful interview.
Charlene is an absolute rock. She is
Amazing.
incredible. I don't think I've
Beautiful
met
lady.
anyone quite as strong as her.
Yeah.
I mean, and what she's been through and what they still face is something, I mean, I'm not sure how many people would cope with that.
So he goes, what, back in hospital
He's
now?
in hospital
Yeah.
now, yep, from today. He'll be in hospital for the next 100 days. The transplant is scheduled to take place on March 13, so obviously that's the big day for him. So, yeah, we're all hoping it goes well.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's so important as well to raise awareness. And for more information on bone marrow donation, head to abmdr.org.au and hopefully you can help a little life like beautiful Mateo.
How strong's Mum?
Yeah, she's incredible.
Love her.
She really is. Yeah. Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.